So, evening. So, yeah, I thought I'd just do a wee check-in, and I'm out doing the second longest walk of the day because I guess I've been kind of thinking about this kind of focused efforts thing, and yeah, I did a whole bunch of focused thought this morning on my long walk around how I'm going to tackle breaking this plateau on my weight loss. What was it this morning? So I was basically 115 kilos, 0.2, which is pretty much like the lowest I've been again. Kind of prior to holiday was that kind of mark, and kind of want to really change it up, so I am going to focus on it. I have done a load of bilateral around it, listening to bilateral tunes this morning, doing some tapping in the sauna, thinking about things, because it did feel like quite a little strange blockage. So there's all sorts, about 20 things that contribute to that I've kind of made sense of to a degree, yeah, I re-downloaded. I've been doing a bit of fasting, nothing dramatic, more like intermittent fasting, and looking at calories consumed again, and trying to be kind of not strict about it, but more succinct about it, and yeah, logging them on MyFitnessPal again, but it was interesting to look at MyFitnessPal because it really has been a journey of a long time. So since I've worked in the prisons, when I kind of maxed out, I was like 2017. Before I left that job, I was like 149 point something kilos, and very unhealthy, and I couldn't run a 5k. I could hardly do much really, and had a lot of ankle pain, knee pain, back pain, and obviously wasn't feeling great. And then I kind of got down to that about 117 before I did a marathon, and then I kind of, over a period of time, I did 3 marathons and a whole bunch of half marathons, but I kind of injured my knee, and my back periodically, and kind of impacted my ability to exercise and all sorts of other things. And basically, yeah, I piled on about 100 back to 139, 140 or something again, or whatever it was. And then now I'm back down again. And before I started in the prisons, this is like 2011, I was about 105 kilograms or something. But when I was a student nurse, I did get down to about 90 something, I think, or something like that. But I'd imagine when I get on the scale tomorrow morning, I'll be 114 kilos after this long walk and eating within my set calories and not eating carbs, And the carbs I have eaten recently have been peaches, not today, and then like a teaspoon of honey and stuff like this, So I've not been super strict on the carnivore really, but today I've been more. Well, I have had a teaspoon of honey, so yeah, I'm kind of incrementally, slowly, making sure that I don't have too many peaches or whatever, but sticking with my calories, boosting up the steps, because I don't really want to have this as another mission again, I don't want to have to grind this out for too long, It kind of takes up a lot of thought time and effort mentally. So I'm going to try and grind out a couple of months to try and knock down, and I've got that target of around, I think we'll reassess at 105 kilogram, but I would like to get down to 95 kilogram if possible, but we'll see if that's actually feasible, because when I look at my body composition thing, it shows that my fat-free body weight is like 90 odd kilogram anyway. So just my muscle mass and bone and stuff, you know, so I don't know if it's fully feasible to be looking at 95 really. So it's more like 105. But I would like to see that sub 100, but I don't know if that's really a kind of logical goal really. But anyway, so yeah, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of willpower. To get out the door just now was quite difficult. Well, I'd say very difficult. Various factors at play. Just general fatigue from the day of working and all that family stuff and all that, you know, just normal, isn't it, to be tired in the evening. So it was a real effort to put my shoes on and get out. But you know, I feel better now that I've done it. And it is lovely out. And one thing that helped me to do it was to think that, well, you know, I had a couple of little bowls of mince, like kind of like bolognese sauce style that my missus had made, which was really nice, but without the spaghetti, you know, and without cheese. And this element where this walk will help digest that and burn off some of that calories, you know, and it'll likely mean that I'll wake up tomorrow morning and I'll get on the scale and I'll be 114 point something kilos, you know, and that'll be good. So yeah, I find this kind of processing on a blockage is always good, you know, for me. So if I do have a blockage of trying to make progress or think things through, and it feels like a thing that I can't really logically I can make sense of, but I can't seem to do, then what I do is I do a whole bunch of tapping in the sauna, or when I'm on the hot towel bed, or listen to bilateral music when I'm going for a walk, and I think about that feeling that I have attached to it, and I think about the problem. So I've done that for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours to kind of deal with this blockage that I have around it. And it feels like I've made progress now, you know. So that's good. And I'm probably going to clock like 7, 8, 9 kilometres tonight before I go back and then go straight to bed at 9:30. The other thing is I'm sleeping a hell of a lot better in this cooler weather, and thank God for that, you know. That's probably helping the weight loss as well. I'm getting a good 7, 8 hours now. I think it's because it's getting darker earlier and lighter later, so you know, helps with all of that as well. So good luck with whatever you're doing, and I guess it's just thinking about that when we have a difficulty around it being logically something, we can make sense of it, but we still can't break through something sometimes. I find personally that doing bilateral, through tapping my knees, tapping my shoulders, tapping my elbows while thinking about it, or listening to bilateral music while thinking about it, seems to somehow mysteriously get me to the other side of the blockage and free again, making progress again, you know. Well, I guess I start formulating it and making sense of it and problem solving it and getting some insights and clicking into some realizations, you know, which in some ways I already know sometimes more than often than not. It's just like a little blockage, you know. Anyway, have a good one. Good luck with whatever you're doing.